This post from Ryan French of Monday Q on Saturday, March 15th. It read, "For the love of the game, I got a message from a small college golf team that asked if they could have the tickets for the final round of the Players tomorrow. I told them yes. The college team is in Ontario. They're leaving now for the 17-hour drive." So the Ontario boys, Caleb, Liam, and Beck, who are members of the University of Guelph golf team, packed up the car and headed for Ponte Vedra, making some stops along the way.
So these guys drove all night. And despite final round tee times being moved up on Sunday, the Ontario boys still made it in time for the final round at TPC Sawgrass. And yes, they even caught up with Joel Damon, who was well aware of the trip and even slipped them some beer money, a crisp hundo for all their troubles.
And the trip wasn't over. They drove further south, making a stop at TGL in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida for the semifinal match last week and got to meet Players champion Rory McIlroy. Following the conclusion of the Players Championship, the Ontario boys got back to play a round at Dyes Valley Course at TPC Sawgrass.
And Rex, even better, after driving 52 hours in 4 days, the boys still made it in time for their 9 a.m. practice back in Canada. And we're joined now by the Ontario boys themselves, Caleb, Liam, and Beck. And Caleb, I first wanted to start with you. What inspired you to even reach out to Ryan French in the first place?
Yeah, it was crazy circumstances. We woke up Saturday morning and we were just looking through Twitter, and then I saw Ryan French's post about free tickets to the Players. And I just sent a message to our team group chat. I wanted to see if anyone was interested. And then Liam and Beck here, they were in right away. So I was thinking to myself, I don't think I have anything Sunday, so why not go down to Florida for the day? And then little did we know that how much this would turn into, and it really wouldn't have started. It wouldn't have even started if my girlfriend wasn't able to drive my passport from Kingston. So without that, I don't think we would have gone to Florida.
All right, Caleb, I'm going to stick with you on this one because there were some challenges. You talked about your girlfriend getting you your passport. How did that work out, and what other challenges did you face? Yeah,
so obviously we didn't all have our passports, so it worked out easier for Liam and Beck since they were kind of along the way. But obviously I'm from Kingston, which is about 3 hours out of the way from Guelph, and I sent my girlfriend a text. I'm like, "Do you want to do me a huge favor?" And then next thing I know, she's on her way to Toronto for me, and we're off to Florida.
Beck, what was your on-site experience like at TPC Sawgrass once you finally made it for the Players Championship? Who did you follow? Why did you follow them?
So we originally arrived on the scene, and as soon as we kind of stepped onto the turf, everybody recognized our shirts and where we were coming from. So that was pretty cool. People coming up and asking for photos, which was pretty unbelievable for us. We got a text message the night before from Ryan French saying Joel Damon actually wanted to meet up after the round and give us a few gifts and stuff like that. So that was kind of our first take. We wanted to go over, see Joel Damon. We actually only caught him for the last 3 holes, but on his 17th hole of the day, he hits his tee shot to the middle of the green, turns around, walks towards us, and starts talking, asking us how the trip was, pulls out his wallet from his back pocket, and hands us $100.
All right, Liam, this one's for you because I am curious. TPC Sawgrass and the Players was just part of this excellent adventure. You also ended up at the semifinals for TGL. You got to play the Dyes Valley course at TPC Sawgrass. You got to play Hammock Dunes. What was the highlight of the trip for you?
I'd say it's hard to, pinpoint one highlight specifically. I'm going to give 2 really quickly. One was just be able to just have an awesome 4 days road tripping with these guys. I think we can all agree we've got a lot closer and told a lot of funny stories throughout the ride. So just that underlying kind of fact of the trip was awesome. But as far as everything that we got to experience, I would say the TGL experience was really, really cool. We got set up with Genesis Lounge, so we were right on the field pretty much, and then they took us on the field. We met all the players, and as we've grown up all, such fans of the game and loving golf, so to be able to meet the pros and just have a conversation with them and watch that live was such a unique and awesome experience to have. So I'd say that was definitely a highlight for us.
Guys, whether it's playing competitively or otherwise, what are your aspirations with this game of golf?
Yeah, I'd say for me, I'm graduating this year, so I think maybe my competitive golf may be over after this. But for me, it's just enjoying the game going forward. I mean, I love playing golf. It's such a nice thing that we can go and play our sport outside with friends and family and stuff. So for me, it's just continuing to find enjoyment within the game of golf and kind of see if that ends up going somewhere or just becomes a fun hobby for me. But either way, I just enjoy playing the game.
All right, Beck, I have to ask, when you guys finally got back up to school, what was the reaction like from your teammates and your classmates?
Well, honestly, because we got back on the weekend, I haven't had to go into class yet, so I'm not too sure about that atmosphere. But, when we arrived back on Friday and went to practice that morning, I think our coach and everybody was kind of just all over us, asking us questions. It was tough to get a couple swings in at practice because they just wanted to hear about the whole story. But, they were proud, and Brian, was shouting us out the whole time. So I think he really enjoyed the experience that we got out of it, and I think he was proud of how we represented Guelph.
I think they were a little bit jealous too.
Yeah.
I would say understandably so. Caleb, I wanted to ask you, what has this entire experience taught you about the greater golf community?
Yeah, so I think my biggest takeaway from this trip is just to say yes more, because it was such a last minute trip, and you never could have known that any of this would have happened. So I really think it's a great lesson to just say yes more, and then to just see what can come from that.
All right, so after this excellent adventure, where are we going to see you next? What does the competition look like this season for you guys?
Where are we going to see you get to see us next? I'm not sure. I'm not sure really. we'll see who maybe reaches out, but from now on, I think just kind of hanging in Ontario, hanging with the team. For me, enjoying the last month of school. And then we've got our national championship in June, so I guess that's maybe the next competitive stage for us. But we'll see if this goes anywhere else otherwise.
How do you even top this? Let's look ahead to next spring. This was an unbelievable trip. Have you guys even thought about how you could possibly top this?
I mean, there is one way to top it, and that would be going to the Masters.
Shoot your shot. There it is. There it is.
I know every other vacation or trip or golf experience that I go on now is just going to feel muted compared to this one that we've had. So,
well, thank you so much, gents, and congratulations on living your absolute best life. Appreciate you being with us.
Yeah, thanks you so much for having us on the show.
Thanks, guys.